I wanted to have easier access to charging cables because my cell phone case, this one, it's a little too thick for the wireless charging mat. So today we're going to do an installation and a product demo of this smart charging dock from TESSTUDIO. We really like our Tesla Model 3, but there are a couple of little things that sometimes bug me a little bit. I have a tendency to drop my phone a lot, so I have a thick case on my phone. It's so thick that the wireless charging pad doesn't always get through it. So I either have to take the case off the phone or I have to plug it in, and getting to the charging ports, the USB-C ports in my center console, it's not impossible, and it's just a little bit more difficult than I would like. Also, there are some aspects of the touchscreen where we have to get to certain features that are should be a little bit more intuitive, like the glove box. It doesn't have a release button manually. I guess that's for safety, but you have to go into the screen and go through get on the right screen, scroll to the right thing and hit it. Only takes a few seconds to hit that glove box button, but it'd be nice if we had slightly easier access to the glove box. Well, that's where this comes in. This is, I'm going to read the title, a smart docking station with enhanced control. It is made by TESSTUDIO, and they were good enough to send me this. We're going to go ahead, open up the box, take a look at what's inside, and then we'll guide you through the installation process. At the end of that, we'll show you what it can do. If you want to purchase one of these for yourself, the link is down in the description, and if you enter the promo code SPINNER, you'll receive an additional 20% off your purchase, and from now until Halloween, they have a little activity on their website that can bring your discount up to 22%. So let's open it up and see what's in the box. So we're gonna slide that out of the sleeve, open this up, and here we go. So what we have is a brochure with the email for support, a lot of different products that they have. Here is the actual charging dock right here. It's going to plug in to the USB-C ports that are in that center console. It's just going to sit on top of the console like so, and it has these charging cables built in, and also has these 4 quick buttons. Now we're going to demonstrate those for you after we get it installed. Underneath this, you get a trim removal tool because we are going to have to take off a piece of trim, and this little wiring harness that will connect to this Bluetooth device, and that's where those remote buttons are going to come in. This is what's going to make those remote buttons work. So let's go into the car and get this thing installed. So I'm just going to install this from the comfort of my driver's seat with the air conditioning on and all of that. We're going to pan down here to the center console. I have my work supervisor here, Fiona, is going to be making sure that I do this correctly. So into the center console, the first thing that I'm going to do is stick my hand in front of the camera, plug into my USB-C ports that are way down here, right there, and I've got to plug both of these little pigtails in. So that just sits. Oh, okay. So put this in at a diagonal and twist, and then it's on the slide. It comes back there, matches the color of the existing plastic, and the cords are just long enough. So I've got to put this in first with that little diagonal twist, and then the plugs just plug in down there. Go ahead and see, you don't have, there's no slack, so they're not going to get in the way, which is really good. So I'm going to take Rachel's phone here. I'm going to grab the lightning plug, and right now with no other install, I plug that in and it is now charging. But her phone's 100% charged. I have a problem with my car that one of my plugs doesn't work, and it just so happens that that's the one that's getting power to the USB-C plug. But this does work, the problem's in my car. So that is the installation if you just want this to be a phone charger. And this cable is long enough that if I have plugged it in with our cell phone holder put on the right side of the screen, it reaches, which is fine. And then to unplug it, just pull up on it and it will retract on its own and go nice and snug back into its dock. Now we're going to go into the back seat and install that little wiring harness so that these shortcut buttons work. So the panel that I need to get to is down here under this rear seat vent. So I'm going to take the trim tool that they gave me, and I'm going to pop this off if I can. There's one. Oh, it's so nice to get the air conditioning right in my face. There we go. There's another one of these things. All right, so this wiring harness is what I have to disconnect. So I'm just going to unplug that there, and then take this little extension that they gave me, plug in, plug in, and tuck that back in. Then I'm going to plug this Bluetooth device in right there. Like that. Well, maybe I'm just going to tuck this in here a little further. Okay, so that was it. Tuck this in there, tuck this in there. Oh, that's the floor mat. That's it, like butter. So now we're gonna see how everything works. So they've got this little cheat sheet, and I'll go ahead and screenshot this and put it up. So this first button, if I do one press, it's supposed to turn on the dome light. And there's the dome light. Dome light just came on. So if I press it again, dome light goes out. A double click should open the right front passenger door. And there it is.
Which it just did.
Which it just did. And if I do a long press, it's going to move Rachel's seat forward. I'll go ahead and move it back with a long press on the next button. There you go.
Wow.
Whoa.
Ah! Move it
Too
forward
far.
again. Ah!
And
okay,
I just opened the... Wait, okay. This button, if a long press, is going to move the passenger seat back forward, and this is going to recline this passenger seat.
So set passenger seat back forward. I don't
And
think
seat
we've
back
been
back.
that way.
Yeah. Anyway, the second button, a single press. This is the fun part. Let me show you this. If I want to go in and open the glove box, I have to hit my little car icon on the screen, make sure that I've got controls, and then find this one here. So that is, let me do it again. 1, 2, and that opens my glove box, which, excuse the mess, because there's no handle here. However, now back down here, I just push this button, and there's my glove box.
See, this is helpful because we never use the glove box, because every time I think I want something from it, I'm like, I can't remember how to find it. Yeah.
Just go ahead and get the camera on the glove box. I'm going to do it again. I'm push the button. And there it is. All right, so double tap on that glove box button is going to open the rear passenger door. This third button, a single tap, should fold my mirrors in.
That worked.
And then a single tap will unfold them. If
Nice.
I want to have control over that, I don't have to go into a lot of different menus. Okay, double tap on this one will open my trunk.
Okay.
And that did.
Wait, can you show me which one that was?
That's the one on the back. So that takes a double tap to open and close the trunk.
Okay. That worked.
And now it's closing. And so that's it. Got everything to work but the front button. But the front button's not hard because it's here on the screen. Trunk, this gives Rachel control of and all of that. that just gives you an idea of the buttons and how they can work. Now, the remote frunk release, the remote trunk release, those are easy to get to on the screen because you're never going to open those when you're moving. And when you're parked, it's just a tap on the screen. It's easy to see. But the glove box, it is much easier to use this quick button on this smart charging dock than it is to go in through the screens. If I wanted to fold my mirrors, I'd have to go into the screen and hit this one, but I'm not usually on that controls. I'm usually on navigation. This is what my screen looks like when I'm driving, is like this. So I'd have to go here and do the mirrors, or I can just hit this button. If I need to move the passenger seat from the driver's side of the car, these buttons now give me the option to do that. Now that comes in very handy for me when I'm loading a lot of equipment into the car, and rather than having to walk around the car to give myself more room with the seat or anything like that. We have a 5-gallon water jug behind Rachel's seat that I kind of tried to spill a little bit there during the demonstration, and these buttons were able to fix those off pretty well. As far as being able to move the seats forward from the driver's side, that comes in handy for me if I'm loading the car with a lot of equipment, which sometimes I need to do. And sometimes I have to go around the car to move the seat so I can fit something in. Every week we fill up a 5-gallon water jug. Sometimes I have to move the seat. If I can do that without having to walk around the car to do it, that saves me a few steps. It's just a matter of convenience. So I see myself using this thing, this smart dock or smart charging dock, fairly frequently. I'll probably do a follow-up video in a few months to give you guys an idea of how well it's holding up. If you want to purchase one of these for yourself, the link is down in the description, and if you enter the promo code SPINNER, you will receive a discount of between 20 and 22%. Thank you very much for watching, y'all.